everyone, so today we are making a mini drawstring pouch for which I am using pink yarn, white yarn, a 4.0 mm hook for the pink yarn as it is thicker than the white one, then a 2.5 mm hook for the white one, a pair of scissors, darning needles and a stitch marker. So let's get started. So first we'll work with the pink yarn. So first we need to make a slip knot. So to make a slip knot, you can simply wrap the yarn around your finger like that and put your hook between both of the two loops. Then you need to yarn over and pull out your hook. Now you can simply remove your finger and pull the smaller thread to make it tight. That's a slip knot. Now we need to chain 16. So to do a chain, you need to yarn over and pull your hook out. So that is one chain. The V design, that counts as one chain. So now we need to chain 15 more. 1, 2, 3. So now we are done with all our 16 chains. Now what we need to do is a double crochet into the 4th stitch from hook. So we count 1, this V design. So 1, 2, 3 and the 4th stitch. So we need to do a double crochet right there. So we yarn over and put our hook there into the 4th stitch. Now we yarn over and pull our hook out again. Now we have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. So yarn over, pull our hook from the first 2 loops. Now yarn over, pull our hook from the remaining 2 loops. That's a double crochet. So now we need to do double crochets in all of these chain stitches. So I yarn over and put my hook into the next chain stitch. Yarn over and pull my hook. Now yarn over first 2, yarn over last 2. Now we'll do this all around and we'll stop when we are left with one chain stitch. So now I'm done with all my double crochets and in total we should have 13. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and the chain stitches which we left in the starting counts as 1. So in total 13. Now we are left with the last chain stitch. So we'll do 3 double crochets together. So we'll do all 3 in the same. So we yarn over and put our hook into the last chain stitch. And then we do a double crochet there. Then we do one more into the same chain stitch. So we have 2 in total. And now one last into the same place. So now we are done with this side and we'll be working on the opposite side now. So to do that, you can hold your work in the opposite direction. Now we need to yarn over and do a double crochet in the same place where we did all the 3 double crochets together. So I do one double crochet there, right there. So I yarn over and put my hook there and do one double crochet. Now we need to do double crochets all around just as we did before. So I yarn over and put my hook into the next stitch and do one double crochet. Again into the next. And one more. Now we need to do this all around. We'll stop when you're left with 1. Now I'm done with all my double crochets and I'm left with the last stitch. In total we should have 28 double crochets including all of this. So now into the last chain stitch right there we'll do 2 double crochets together. So I yarn over and put my hook there and do one double crochet. That's 1. Now I yarn over and put my hook back into the same place and do one more. So in total we should have 30 double crochets now. Now we need to do a slip stitch. So we'll do the slip stitch into the first double crochet which we made. We'll not include the 3 chains but the first double crochet. So we leave the 3 chains, this 1, 2, 3 and we slip stitch into the first double crochet. So I put my hook there, yarn over and pull my hook out. Now we have 2 loops, so I pull the first loop from the second like that. Now we are done with row 1 and in total we have 30 double crochets. So now to start row 2, chain 2 first. Now we need to do double crochets in each of these stitches, one in each, so in total 30. So now what I will do is yarn over and put my hook into the first stitch and do a double crochet. Yarn over into the next and one more. Now we'll repeat this process for the whole round and we'll have 30. So we'll do the V chain stitches. So I'll meet you once I'm done. So now I'm done with all the 30 double crochets and I'm left with the slip stitch. So we won't do the slip stitch into the first two chains but the first double crochet which we made. So we put our hook there, yarn over, pull my hook out and pull the first loop from the second. Just like that. So now we are done with row 2 and we'll repeat the same process until we have 8 rows in total. So I'll meet you once I'm done with all 8 rows. Now I'm done with all my 8 rows and now it's time to work on the flowers and the strings. So for which I'm using the white color yarn. So we'll start with the slip knot first. So we wrap the yarn around our finger just as we did before and then we put our hook. And now I'm using the 2.5 mm hook as the white yarn is thinner. So I put my hook, yarn over and pull my hook out. Now I can remove my finger like that and pull the smaller thread. So now that's a slip knot. Now we need to chain 75. So we yarn over and pull my hook out. That's one chain, 74 more. I'll meet you once I'm done. So now I'm done with all chain 75. So now I can chain one more to secure it, yarn over, pull my hook out and we can cut the thread. And now we are done with one of the strings. So in total 75 chains. Now we'll do the same process for one more string. So now I'm done with both my strings, 1 and 2. And now it's time to work on the flowers. So for the flowers I'm using the white yarn again. And I'm not doing in 2 colors, so I'll only be doing it in white. So now we need to start to make a magic ring. So now I wrap the yarn around my finger and put my hook there. And I yarn over and pull my hook out. That's a magic ring. Now we need to chain 1 to secure the magic ring. Now what we need to do is 5 single crochets inside the magic ring. So I put my hook, yarn over and pull my hook out. Now I have 2 loops, 1, 2. So I yarn over and pull my hook from both the loops. So that's 1 single crochet. Now we need to do 4 more. So I put my hook again and do 1 more. Now 3 more. So I yarn over and pull my hook from both the loops. 1 more. And the last. So in total 5. Now we're done. So we can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I can remove my finger and pull the smaller thread to make the loop tight. Pull it tightly. So now we are done. And now we can do a slip stitch into the first single crochet. So I put my hook there. Like that. Yarn over and pull my hook out. And pull the first loop from the second. And pull the first loop from the second. So that's slip stitch. Now we need to work on the petals. So to do that we can start with chain 2. So I chain 1 and chain 2. Now we need to do 3 double crochets into the same stitch. So I yarn over and put my hook into the first single crochet and I do 3 double crochets there. So I'll yarn over and pull back from the first 2 and last 2. That's 1, 2 more. So we'll do that in the same stitch. So I put my hook in the same stitch again and I do 1 more. And then 1 more into the same place. That's 3. Now we need to chain 2 again. And we'll do a slip stitch into the next stitch. next stitch right there. So I put my hook into the next, yarn over and pull my hook out, and pull the first loop from the second. So that's one petal which we have made, and we'll repeat the same process for the next petal. So we chain 2. Now I'll do 3 double crochets in the same place where I did the slip stitch. So I yarn over and put my hook there, and I yarn over and pull my hook out. Then I do 1 double crochet, 1 more into the same, 1 more, same place. Now we chain 2 again, 1, 2, and we do a slip stitch in the next stitch, next single crochet. So I put my hook there and do a slip stitch. So now we are done with making 2 petals, and we'll repeat this same process until we have 5 petals. So now I'm done with all my 5 petals. So I'm left with the slip stitch. So I chain 2 and do a slip stitch into the first single crochet where we started our first petal. So I put my hook there and do a slip stitch. Now we can chain 1 to secure it. And now we can cut the thread using a thread cutter. Like that. And now we are done with 1 flower. So we are done with 1. Now we need to make 3 more. 2, 3, and 4. So now I am done with all the 4 flowers and the 2 strings, 1 and the next one, and the pouch. So now we can weave in the ends. Now I'm done with weaving, and now it's time to assemble. So we'll use the 4 flowers, the 2 strings, and the pouch. So I'll show you for the strings first. So we take any one string and we let the loose end go through the darning needle. Just like that. Now we'll stitch this into the 7th row. The 7th row right there. So we'll not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the 7th one. So we'll not do it in the first one but the row below that. Right there. So I'll take my darning needle and I'll allow it to go down from any of the stitches. I'll allow it to go down and I can pull it out. Now I can leave a little bit of string behind to pull. Now we need to come up. So I come up from the next. Now I go down from the next. So this is the process we'll do. We'll do it from the holes which are present. These holes. So and we'll do it with a gap of 1 stitch, 1 double crochet. So I come back from the next hole and I leave 1 double crochet in the middle. So I come back and I go down from the next hole, leaving 1 double crochet. So we'll repeat this same process. Last one. So I go down, and then I'll come up from the first stitch which we just where we started. So I pull my hook out from there. Now we can pull it a bit. So now we are done with this one string, and now we'll do the same for the other. You can pull once and see if it is working properly. So now I'll show you for the other string. So I take the longer thread and I'll weave it. The longer thread, it is easier to do it. So I put it inside the darning needle. Now we started here and then we took a round and we came back here. So now we need to end it in the opposite side. So we start from the opposite side. Right there. I need to make sure that it forms a straight line. So I go down from any of these loops. I leave a little bit behind. Then I come up from the next. And go down. One stitch gap, and it is the same process where what we did before. So we just need to repeat it. I come up again. And I'll meet you once I'm done. Now I'm at the end. As you can see, there are 2 loops. So now I'm left with the last stitch. So what I can do is I'll go down once. I'll go down. And then I'll come up from the next. And now we can leave it like that. Pull it out. So now we have both our strings and they are even. If it is not, you can pull it a bit to make it even. Now we'll take both of the strings and hold it together, and now we'll tie a knot. So wrap the yarn around and remove our finger, and then from the loop formed we'll take the 2 threads and pull them out. So we'll make a knot just like that. Now pull it tightly. Now we can simply just cut the yarn from very close. Cut the yarn. Okay, now we'll repeat the same process for the other side. Now it's time to attach the flowers. So we take the upside down flower and place it on top in the center of the string, and then we can apply hot glue on each of the petal. Make sure you apply properly. Now we can apply, and also in the center. So now once you're done, you can take another flower. Take another flower and place it on top of it. Make sure the petals are aligned properly. And now you can simply press it tightly. You press it and you can remove any extra glue. So now we'll do the same for the other side of the flower. So now we're done with our pouch. Now we can pull the flowers to make it tight. Bye bye.